It'll be sick when they do the one-on-ones on here, eh?
I know. It's going to be so handy.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I need to get away from what we just talked about.
What have you been up to?
I caught up. Do you know Tobias? Have you met
No.
Tobias? No. He's one of the regulars, one of the OGs of Friends Who Create.
Yeah.
I met him on a brotherhood retreat, probably just
Actually,
over
you
a year
told me
ago.
about this retreat, and I
Yeah.
think you told me about Tobias, but it didn't say his name.
Okay. Yeah, and then we went on a Bali retreat in September. So we've kind of grown pretty fast together, and I
Yeah.
always wanted him. He's a dream interpreter.
Oh,
Um,
okay. That's
yeah,
sick.
so he just finished his course properly on like doing Dreamwork, and stuff like that. And I've always wanted him to jump on this community and bring his dream work to us.
That would
Um,
be cool.
yeah, I want him to like create a full course in my community, and then like have weekly calls where we talk about our dreams and do all that stuff, because our dreams are obviously holding a lot of information. It's like our subconscious is just letting us know. Oh, Shannon's here.
Yeah, that's rad.
Yo,
Hey, Shannon.
yo.
Hey, how are ya?
Good.
Good,
How are
bro.
you?
Yeah, good. Can you guys hear me
Shannon.
okay?
Yeah. Shannon, Zach, Shannon.
Nice to
Hey,
meet you, bro.
Zach, how are you, buddy? Nice to meet you
Good,
too.
man. Killing it.
We were just talking about uh, I'm collabing with someone to bring Dreamwork into the community.
Mhm.
I've wanted to bring it in for a while now, but now I've got someone who's actually like done a certification and like actually honed his craft in Dreamwork. So
Mhm.
we're going to bring that into this community as well. I just wanted to ask you guys, like, what have you noticed? Have you done stuff with your dreams before at all?
Trying to think.
I haven't personally, no. I've definitely like read books about it and tried to record my dreams once I wake up in the morning. Like I'll voice note as soon as I do it. Because if I sit there with a fucking Apple Note on, I'll just be like, what? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, yeah.
I've done like meditations that I've taken into sleep.
Like what, for example?
Like I would meditate on I would visualize for like maybe half an hour on like something I want to achieve, or like a tournament I want to go and play and compete in, and then I'll take that into the dream, or like just into my sleep, and hopefully I'm dreaming about it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I love that. Do you meditate at night usually?
I try to. I've been trying to be a bit more disciplined lately. I do it whenever I have time at the moment.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm losing structure behind it, but I'm still doing it.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
I'll
How do you
come
go
through.
Definitely.
with How do you go with meditation, Jason? Do you do like sitting still meditation and walking meditation?
What
Um,
was
I do the subliminal stuff on YouTube videos while I'm sleeping. I'll do like 8 hours of that, and so like it will send me to sleep. But lately, to be honest, meditation and stuff, I've been real slack,
Mm,
and I'm noticing it as well. Like just being scattered and stuff. I'm glad that I've got the gym and boxing and that to kind of keep me sane, but I need to get back into it for sure.
Yeah,
yeah,
mental gym?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
Absolutely. What about you, Shannon?
I use I've been pretty slack with just with moving my body in general, but I've noticed that like being a manny gen, in human design stuff, you've got to move your body through the day because you've got so much energy that peaks at the beginning that if you don't use it, it will just clog up in your head and then you just get really brain foggy or fatigued. So
Mm.
I've been trying to find like the word exercise. It's funny how words have different meanings to us, and they can either make us draw towards them or pull away from them. And like exercise for me is like a no, don't want to do that. But if someone said move your body, then I'll be like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll move around. So I've been trying to get into skating, like skateboarding.
Sick.
And I find that if you get in your body, like if you go in your head when you're skating, you'll get hurt. But if you get into your body, you'll do better. You still get hurt, like either way.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to commit to it and be present. Otherwise, yeah, you end up fucking yourself up more. So yeah.
How are you going with all your skating and stuff?
Yeah, not too bad. I haven't done it for a bit. I started dropping in a couple of like a month or so ago into like the little bowl, and then I tried the big bowl, like a shallow end of the big bowl, and fuck, that's so scary. Like when you do it, you sit on the coping and you're like, oh, I don't want to like because your body's natural instinct is to retreat and go out when you're falling forward, and if you do that when you drop in, you will hurt yourself. So you've almost got to commit and go forward and just not stay too much on the coping. You have to go forward and commit into it, which I feel like is like a metaphor for life, really. Like when you
Yeah, you got to go
commit
all in,
forward,
commit to it.
you got to go all in. Yeah, and you don't know what's on the other side of when you first do it. Your brain's thinking of all the what ifs, like, oh, if I go this way. But like the best thing to do is lean forward anyway, because even if you fall off, you're closer to getting off the board. Whereas if you lean back, you'll hit your head or whatever. So yeah, I think it's taught me skating's taught me a lot of like bigger picture things. It's like they say, it's not what you do, it's who you become in what you do. That makes sense.
Mm,
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's cool. Um, what about like with your? I know that you did a big podcast and you were outside playing the guitar and having a sing. How was
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Was that
That was
scary as
so
shit?
good. It was scary, but I think like if listening back to it a few times, like I think I really was in my element. Like I've been wanting to do podcasting for like since I think I started saying to myself, like for January 1st, 2025, yeah, I'm going to do a podcast because people have been saying it to me for ages when they meet me. They're like, yeah, fucking do it, man. You'll be sick. You connect with people, you're chatting, you have deep chats. It's always that thing where, like I said in the podcast, like you're chatting with people like this in a way, and you're like, you come up with some really profound insights, and you're like, man, we should have pressed record on that. And I just want to keep doing that. And so with the Scarborough one that I did with Keone Upton of the Growth Concept, we met at a skate park literally a couple of weeks earlier, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to do one in Scarborough open mic. You want to come on it?" And I was like, "Well, I haven't had the, I haven't got over the fears to do my own, so I may as well initiate into dipping my toe in and at least see how it feels being on a mic." And he's like, "Maybe you should play some guitar at the start." I was like, "Oh, I guess I'll give it a crack." Um, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I was like stoked when he uploaded it, and I'm hoping that um, yeah, I'll keep having more collabs with him and just different other people as well. I've got another friend that's Missy that does a podcast. So yeah, I'd really like to and just do more with you guys as well. Like get really stuck into just connecting with people because we've all got different gifts and perspectives that I think need to be shared.
One
Dude,
thousand
that's
percent.
so smart. I love that.
Mm.
Mm. We all can learn from each other, and I think that's the thing. We
For
get out of
sure.
our ego when we want to learn from someone rather than compete with them, if that makes sense.
Mm. Is there anything that you're wanting to like create and build, or is it just more of a you want to collab with other people and just kind of, as you said, like go onto their podcast and kind of just speak your philosophy?
Honestly, like I'd love to teach like anything, and my goal is to do a TED talk one day, for sure.
Okay.
But I've got so many ideas. Like you're the same, you guys are the same. Like we've got so many things that are in the possibilities of fruition. But for me, ultimately, I'd love to do mental health workshops to do with somatics and trauma processing and things like that. Especially help men especially get into their feelings more, and just people in general feel into their body rather than getting into the stories because we do need to make meaning and beliefs about things that helps us. But at the same time, if we can't be present with what's going on within us, then it can be a struggle to actually get to where we want to go because we're always blocked by that feeling that's on the other side of what we want, if that makes sense.
Mm.
So I really want to, it would be workshops, it would be public speaking, but I've got a huge big picture idea, but I'll leave that for if you want me
That's
to
cool, man.
share that.
I could see you doing like little blogs on like your little podcast. That's sorry, not your little podcast. Doing little blogs
Yeah,
on
definitely
your
little.
podcast that you visit, and then kind of like capture what you got said and done in there. It'd be cool, and like
Yeah,
kind of like
definitely.
collecting the memories somewhere because they're cool.
Yeah, and I'd love to I'd love to go on the streets as well and just talk to random people. There's a guy that does one called Through Strangers' Eyes, and he sits at a park bench. I don't know if it's in Sydney or New South Wales, and he just started filming from behind people just having chats with him on a park bench, and
Yeah,
he went viral. Yeah, and he's incredible because they're just people's insights, and he started just putting a sign up saying "Come have a chat," and for the
it'd be so
first
cool
few
to
days,
write
no
about that
one.
stuff.
What's that?
It'd be so cool to write about that stuff.
100%, 100%. Which I struggle. I do writing is probably one of the things that I do like. I like writing songs and I'm into poetry and things like that. Um, but actually doing actual like Substack and all of those kind of things, I've never really been able to sit down and comprehend everything into written form. Kind of that was the same at school as well with essays and things
Yeah,
like that. I don't know. How did you guys go with like what's your best way of communicating your ideas? Do you like verbal or do you prefer written or
verbal, verbal. I
yeah?
struggle with writing. I think I was just projecting my dream on you.
Good. That's good. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I do
I get
struggle with
it.
writing, and I think I'm better at typing than writing sometimes.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Joseph.
I've got
Oh.
this funny dynamic where I never punctuate. I'll like just
Just
tab down or
on the
enter and just
string.
keep typing
Yeah.
whenever
Yeah, totally.
I'm like, all right, I'm done talking about that, and I'll go tab down, enter, keep going.
You write a comma just occasionally,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
to
I'm
keep
like,
it
where
going.
should I put a comma in this one?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Actually, I was going to ask you, Jason, about like you've been doing morning pages for a while now, which is something I keep trying to revisit, but I fucking can't do it. It's like my brain can't slow down fast enough to write.
Mm.
But how did you go with how have you been going with the morning pages and how have you found that trend? Were you always a written person as well or not?
Um, as a kid, yeah. Uh, and I think I'm more into typing as well because uh, as a child, I did something really weird. I wouldn't read novels. I would type them out on Word, like word for word. I'd like get the Harry Potter book and I'd have it
Yeah.
open and I would just type out the whole story on a Word document.
Whoa.
Um, I don't know if that was just me being an autistic kid.
Yeah.
That
But yeah.
sounds so sick, though.
So I just had like this thousands page Word document of like a
Yeah.
Harry Potter book.
But hey, I wrote
Um,
a book. It's called Harry Potter.
yeah.
Yeah.
You may have
Um,
heard of it.
but yeah, I with the morning pages and stuff, I've noticed that when you do like say 30 pages, you look back over all of your pages and you find patterns and themes and how you talk to yourself, how you talk about others, all that stuff. And I literally do not have a filter. Um, if anyone was to look through my pages, they'd be like, is this guy okay? Because I just have zero filter when it's on the page. And I
That's
just make
so
sure that
good.
no one else reads that book because it's for me only. But what I'm noticing is that like I'll see certain patterns that I just had no idea were there. Um, and then you read back and you go, oh shit, I'm actually like a lot of the time I am quite cynical. Like in the
Mhm.
last probably month and a bit, I've noticed that I can be like kind of a dick to myself. Um, and I kind of always like, oh, that's how I just get shit done and do stuff and all that. But it's like
Yeah.
it gets to a point though where it can be quite damaging. So it's cool to notice that and be like, oh, okay, maybe shift my thinking a bit and my self talk because yeah, how we talk to ourselves is so critical.
Mm.
But with the morning pages, like once you do 30, just look back create themes, have a look at patterns, and write them down too, and go, all right, for the next 30 days or for the next 30 pages, I want to shift this. I want to start focusing on this a little bit more. You just start noticing like the nuances in yourself. And that's why I love them so much.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What, if you feel comfortable sharing, is there anything that was a profound insight for you that you feel, even though you said it's for you only and stuff, is there anything that you'd feel comfortable sharing that you've gone, holy shit, that's like, this is why I'm doing the morning pages, like from this insight alone?
Um,
No pressure.
in terms of like when I look back over the 30 pages and I go, oh fuck.
Yeah, is there any particular thing that stood out and you're like, yes, like this is a nugget here that I'm gonna, yeah.
Just what I said before. It's like understanding that I've got blind spots that are so just unconscious to me, but then actually seeing them splayed out on the pages, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So it's almost like you don't need other people to spot your blind spots. You can do it for yourself. And that was really cool. Like, because when I was doing morning pages, it was like, I just thought it was just putting out all this stuff into a book. But then because we're doing that from The Artist's Way, the book, she goes, it gets to a point, she goes, all right, you're going to have to read through all your pages. And I was like, fuck yeah, sweet. This is what I was waiting for. Because then like the true growth happens because you get to look back and analyze and just be like super honest with yourself.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, that's important when you're doing them as well. It's like, be super honest. Yo,
Okay.
yo. Can she hear us?
Slowly hearing.
Can you guys hear the fly that's in my room?
Hello.
Yo,
Hey guys.
yo.
I'm a bit late.
That's all right.
Hey, babes. What's up?
Can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Late than ever.
Yeah, we're going to, yeah.
All good, guys.
Hello.
I've actually got to go.
Can you
That
hear
was
me?
my
I
20
can hear
minutes
you.
past. So, catch you
All right.
guys. Thanks for the chat.
See
We
that?
can swap
Good to
out.
man.
There you go. Quick swap. Kari, this is Shannon. Shannon, this is Kari.
Hey,
Perfect.
Carrie, how are you?
Hi Shannon, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Good, thanks.
We were just talking about morning pages and
Beautiful.
how important they are. And what I've noticed from
Oh yeah.
the morning pages as well, and how it's actually helped me a lot. If I could get everyone to do one thing on earth, it would be morning pages every day.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I
So
would love to get it. I'd love to get into it because it's one of those things where I think the writing aspect of using your hand definitely plays a role in how you tap into that like subconscious thing they always say. Like typing's good, but like writing has some sort of connection with your brain that does that. And there's even that thing where you do. Have you seen where people write like with one hand and then they write with their non-dominant hand? Have you seen that? Yeah, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, I think you're going to inspire me, Jason. I'm going to try and get stuck into it.
woo,
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Kari, what's been happening?
Well, I did my training shift at the sauna this morning, so that was fun.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, how'd it go?
Yes, and I was there with Sheena. It was so good. It was so relaxed. Well, obviously there's lots to do, but I mean, compared to like my job now, I feel like it's just so much less stress, which is I think what I need. So it was good. I'm excited.
Hell yeah. Did you talk to Dana afterwards or Shelby or?
Yeah, he wants. Well, Shelby's away right now, I think. So I've just been contacting Dana.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do another like morning shift with him on Wednesday. And then he asked if I could do like Frio as well, which I was like, oh, maybe it's a bit of a drive, but
Just say no.
we'll see what happens. Yeah, I was like, if it's okay, occasionally, like not regularly.
Yeah.
But you go to Frio, don't you?
Yeah. I I should be living there. I don't know why I haven't made the move yet.
Yeah, because it's like an hour's drive from us.
Yeah, and I'm there every single day.
That's crazy.
So
Where are you
yeah,
guys based? Just quickly, like, are you guys based north of the river?
We,
Yeah.
yeah, we're north. We're like in the Careen, Duncraig area.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah, that is a drive.
where are you, Shannon, again?
I'm in Bustleton in southwest. Yeah,
That's right.
so just 2 hours
Oh,
from
cool.
yeah,
Bustleton.
Yeah,
just down from Dunsey and Mars.
beautiful.
It's a good spot.
How's your week been anyway, Kari? Like, what do you need? Do you need any help with anything? How's your yoga stuff going?
It's going good, although I feel like I need to create more space for my yoga because I do want to expand,
Mm.
but I'm just still. This is why it's like coming back to I love, like we always speak about, I love being a multi-passionate person, but then it's like how much is too much, like I've got my so many things going. Um, yes, but the yoga's going good. Just right
Mhm.
now, I'm only doing the one class, which I'd like to do at least 2 or 3.
Mhm.
But I need to create space. Like I'm aware I don't have the capacity to do that unless I cut back on other things.
When
Yeah.
you say create space, what do you mean?
I need more time. I need time. I need space in my schedule. I need um more energy. Yeah, to like be able to, like, I need to channel more energy into that.
Hmm.
So, but I think changing work situation right now is going to help me with that anyways, because I don't think working at the sauna won't be as draining for me as teaching kids in the pool every day.
Gives you
Yeah.
energy.
Yes.
Yeah. All the people that come through, um, there's so many days, like 80% of the days I leave working at the sauna feeling like I could run through a brick wall. I have so much
Yeah.
energy. Um,
Mm,
and that's what you want out of a job.
yeah.
You want it to
Hmm.
uplift and
Energize you.
like, heal you. Yeah. Um,
Totally.
so yeah, fucking awesome that you're a part of it now.
Yes, thanks to you.
No worries.
What
No,
is
Meant to
it,
be, it just
guys? Like,
aligned.
I'd love to know what you guys are talking about. I've seen a little bit of it on your socials, Jason, but what is this? What is the sauna?
the
Sauna
sauna.
business? Yeah.
So yeah, I work at, well, now Kari, me and Kari, work at the neighborhood sauna, um,
Mhm.
and it's the community at the neighborhood sauna is very spiritual, very conscious, wellness based crew. That's probably the way I describe it, as a lot of small businesses as well. Um,
Hmm.
uh, come through us. So it's like it literally is the perfect place to network.
Yeah, I was
Hmm.
gonna say
Like,
all these like-minded, like-hearted people coming together.
yeah, just all these people come to us, and it's like, well, this is the easiest networking ever.
Yeah.
You don't have to go out and search for them; they like come to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like the probably the best job I've ever had. It doesn't feel like a
Mm,
job.
mm.
Um, it feels like just somewhere to go and rest and hang out and just chat to cool people.
What's the funnest thing that, well, what's the coolest thing you get from your job, and what's the most challenging thing, do you think?
Good question.
I love asking questions.
I think the funnest thing about it, uh, I'm so easy to please, but it's like all the dogs that come running through. There's a South Beach sauna, and it's like situated in a dog park, and just like these dogs come bounding into the office for treats because they all know that we've got treats now.
Yeah.
Um, so they just come charging in, like look at you, like, oi, I know what you got, and you're like, all right, here you go. Um,
Mhm.
that's probably the best part, and also like the networking and stuff. But I'm one of those people that puts dogs first. Uh, the most difficult. It's weird when there's like not a most difficult.
What about something that's challenged you, like got out of your comfort zone a little bit? That's the case, so not necessarily a negative, but like something that like you've learned through it, if that makes sense. Even socially
Uh,
or yeah.
oh yeah. Well, right now I've been promoted, um, and so I'm working more in the office now. Uh, something that is challenging is like figuring out a way to sell but not sound so salesy.
Mm,
Um,
mm,
that's something that we're trying to like hone in on, because I came in with very much a, all right, let's see how much money we can make. And my boss was like, just Jace, that's not what we're about here. Just chill for a bit. And I was like, you're right. So I'm glad that she like called me out on it, because yeah, I definitely came in with like a, how much money can we make from these people? Haha. And she was like, no. And I was like, okay, my bad. But yeah, like, and I see it working when you focus on community over money. Um, you start creating a sustainable business,
yeah.
and one that actually feels good and not like forced and like ugh. And you start attracting the right people. Like my intention behind Friends Who Create is to build intentionally and to focus on quality over quantity. Um, and I'm being like real picky with who I invite to this community and who I'm like, it'll come up in conversation. And if I know that person's not the right fit, I'll kind of just shut the conversation down. But if I know that the person is a good fit, I'll start leaning into that a little bit more. Oh, like you should come and hang out with us, kind of thing. Um, because I want this to be like a crew of just solid humans, you know?
Hmm. Definitely.
And I just
Yeah.
turned that into like, I went on a tangent there.
No, that's good. I like it. It's interesting what you're saying about yeah, the ickiness that sales can feel like, where you feel like that it's transactional, right? Like where it's like I'm only having interest in you because I want something from you. Whereas
Yeah.
when there's, and that's coming from a place of scarcity as well, which is kind of, we've always got to check out those things at the door. But like you're saying, when you've got that community and stuff, everyone naturally wants to put in and give, and it's kind of reciprocal. And when it's reciprocal, it's easy for abundance to flow, because people generally can see the value in what you're giving to them, and they want to give back. And that's definitely where you want to go, right? And it's all organic that way. You're not forcing, you're not cold calling, you're not having to pitch things. Yeah,
Mm,
it's like it's kind of it should be easy. It should be easier, not like, or challenging a little bit, but not this thing where you're just hustling and hustling and hustling. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah. Have you like struggled with that stuff in the past?
120,000%. Yeah, like not so much sales stuff. I like back in the day, you'd see a sales job go and you'd be like, oh, I can talk the talk. Like once I learn something, I'm very good at verbally processing it out and teaching people about it and breaking it down. But actually, as for like trying to then have fit KPIs in and stuff, I don't. I'm not. I'm more values based than I am
Mm,
outcome based. So I have to have values aligned with what I'm doing, and I have to know that it is reciprocal, and I am giving something of benefit to that person as well as it benefiting me. I can't just be like, I'm getting something out of this and you're getting a lesser thing, or I'm convincing you of wanting something that you don't really need, like insurance, and all those, people that do sales like that and stuff like that, which is like no disrespect to them. It pays the
mm.
bills, but I've got to do something where I know that the outcome is symbiotic, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Um,
Scarcity, 100%. Scarcity is fuck. I hate scarcity.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you as well about your like guitar playing, and you're a musician. You playing gigs and stuff, is that all free?
At this point, yeah, I'm just at the moment I'm just doing some open mics and stuff like that. To get myself confident in front of crowds, and I've got a busking license now that I've got to start doing some busking and things. But yeah, why is that?
Damn, busking license. I love that.
Yeah, it's not hard. You just go to the show and they give you something where you've got certain spots that you can go and bustle to bus. So yeah, but I haven't got there yet. It's actually easier to do open mics than it is to busk, surprisingly. 'Cause people are
What?
going to a restaurant and they assume you're playing, whereas when you're out in the
True.
middle of a public, you're just like, who am I to assume that you want to listen to me, sing along? Yeah, it's being
Okay.
seen. It's being seen. Mm.
That's a cool stretch for you to use in the future. Have you ever been like noticed at your open mics and stuff?
Noticed?
But like,
Um,
I just imagine
I
like there's an agent sitting there or something.
no, there's definitely it's more about it is kind of networking in a way of like you meet the same crew that kind of come and do the open mics a lot, so you get to know other musicians, and then I think if I did that more, you'd probably get gigs through that as well. As for agents, yeah, I don't know. There might be. I think depending on where you go, I think in Perth you probably might find some agents potentially that are like sitting in at like I don't know, there's like the Honky Tonk one, and there's Running with Thieves down in Frio. They do an open mic as well, which I'm going to eventually get to. But
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
but no, I definitely love just jamming with people. So if you ever know
Mm,
any other musicians in the Friends with Create that want to collab, I'd love to connect with them.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I think there's a few. There's a few in here. Um, yeah, I think there's one or two. Cara, are you frozen on us, or are you just like,
No, I think I'm here.
okay, we can still hear you.
I could
Cool.
just
My
see your
Wi-Fi's
face.
been a little bit like in and out, so I'm like but now it's good, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we've got a frozen image of you, but we can still hear you, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's weird. Let me try put my camera off and on. Did that fix it?
We've just got your profile
What?
pic at the moment.
Oh,
It's all right.
when
We can
it
still.
comes to technology.
Shan, you said you want us to do a TED talk.
Correct.
What would the TED talk be on?
Oof. That's a
Ooh.
very good question, Jason. Very good question. Um, Honestly, like it was brought up in the podcast that I went on the other day, but my goal in life, if I could leave this earth in a better condition than when I received it in, would be to not believe the lie that you're not good enough, and to believe that you are inherently worthy. Um, and I would love to be able to create a method, a modality, or workshops and things like that, where inherently you come away believe like having that click where you're like, holy shit, like all the shit that I believe about myself isn't actually true. That I can change who I am fundamentally, and I can choose that from the next moment, as hard as that is. With nervous system regulation and breath work and all of those different things. So ultimately, a TED talk would be to remind people that when you feel resonance, right? Like you either get tears behind your eyes or you get goosebumps and things like that when something just hits you and you're just like, fuck,
Mm.
like that's. I would like for my TED talk ultimately to leave people feeling that way, where they're just like, wow, like that was, I needed to hear that. It
Mm-hmm.
reaches into their soul, which is kind of what I do with my music as well. It, music, sound, breath work, they all go beyond our minds and go into our hearts, and that's where I want to impact people because yeah, you can make people feel things. It can change
Mm.
them like in an instant. Yeah.
I always think like, um, when I reached the point of, I had that sudden realization of, oh, I'm separate to my thoughts. Like I am not.
You're not your
My,
thoughts. Yeah.
my brain just, I don't know. It was almost a feeling of full clarity
Mm,
of like, oh, it was like a
mm,
aha moment of,
mm.
and then I'm thinking, do some people never experience that? Like they mustn't.
Yeah. That like metacognition, they call it, where you can think about your thinking, like you can be above your thoughts and just see
Yeah.
them spiral around. That didn't come online for me until 2014 when I had my breakthrough moment, or like spiritual awakening, or I don't know if it was, I think it might have been one. But yeah, that was when I suddenly was like, holy shit, like I think a lot of thoughts every day and I can see them all, and there's a lot of patterns here and stuff like that. Similar to what you're saying with morning pages, like you're like, wow. And also those stories are not, some of them are not even yours. You've held on to them because someone made you believe that they were true. And you can change them at any time. Like, yeah, that's powerful to know that you can rewrite your story at any given moment. But you've got to also believe that that is possible, and that's sometimes the hardest thing because those stories are our safety blanket. They
Mm.
are literally the thing that's kept us safe. So why would we not want to go out at the, we like the familiar hell over the unfamiliar heaven every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts. What about you, Kari? Like, what have you noticed in terms of that, like, metacognition of like witnessing your thoughts and being like, oh, this isn't what I grew up to learn or to know?
Yeah, I think it's similar to what Shannon said about um just realizing that you are actually in control. Like that's kind of, well, realizing that you are not your thoughts, and then that gives you a sense of control back and power back.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Uh yes, so that's the first step, I think, of awakening, is realizing that you are the observer of your thoughts.
Mm.
So that was kind of a big lesson for me. And then and you're always remembering that as well. Like it's easy to get caught up in your little mental
I don't know
cycles.
if it's just me, but is Kari really cutting out right now?
But I think the more
yeah, she's going back and forth. Yeah,
you
dipping in and out.
practice to break that pattern of getting lost in your thought spirals,
Super delay.
It's like every 2 seconds.
the better you become at quickly interrupting that
Mm,
cycle of, overthinking and identifying with your thoughts, and then you can come back to a state of inner peace.
Beautiful. Have we got you back now?
Sorry guys, sorry.
okay.
Are you
It's like
back now?
meditation, like it's like meditation, learning to like be
Great.
okay that things are the way they are. Like this is like a good
Or
acceptance moment
worse.
to be like, oh,
Is this better?
um, keep talking.
Let me go outside. Maybe it's better outside. Can you hear me better
That's
now?
way better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
way
way
better
better.
now.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I should just
It's
start
like
doing my
it's,
calls outside.
it's like in slow motion.
Because
It
my
was
room
like,
is, the signal's really bad.
Yeah. Oh,
Sorry,
this is so good.
guys.
My nervous
Okay,
system was just like,
Yeah.
I know, I'm sorry.
no,
I
you're
was just
so
letting
fine.
your practice regulate. Okay,
Exactly. This is
so
all a
up
good,
until
good thing.
yes, up until where did you hear my little ramble?
We heard
We
it
heard it
all. It's
all.
just it came in chunks.
Yeah, it came in like weird chunks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, basically, what I was saying is I think the first step um, with when it comes to your thoughts is realizing that you are not your thoughts and not
Mm,
identifying with them, because
mm,
then that gives you control back and power back.
Mm,
And then, yeah, not falling into that spiral of overthinking or going through the same mental loops. And then the more you can practice just observing your thoughts and not identifying with them, the quicker you become at breaking that, interrupting that cycle of overthinking. Because
mm,
it's not that I never overthink now, but it's just that I think I've trained my brain as like a skill to be able to interrupt that flow of overthinking and be like, okay, it's just thoughts. Like, I don't have to identify with this. It doesn't have to be the be all end all. It can just be a thought, and I can also just let it go and then claim back my power in that sense.
mm,
yeah, I like that. It's also, it helps as well when you have like just crazy intrusive thoughts that make you
Mm.
go,
yeah.
who are you? Like to
I've had all
yourself.
of those.
Yeah.
Um, but then like, yeah, being able to separate and go, okay, why am I thinking that?
Yeah.
And
Mm,
being able to like look back and kind of see like the pattern. Um, I think that's also a very useful skill. Um, and that was like one of the books that we read at the start was called No Bad Parts.
yeah,
Um,
Mm.
IFS one. Yep,
IFS work, yes, parts work and
yep.
stuff. So
No bad parts.
no bad parts. Super a super heavy read,
Mm.
but a really good one. Very
I
good
think
one.
too with intrusive thoughts and things like that, it's it's kind of like blowing a balloon up. Every time you pay attention to it, it gets bigger the more
Mm.
you pay attention. So, but at the same time, it's like how you meet those thoughts differently changes the trajectory of it. If we go into a fixed mentality of
Yeah.
I've got to change this now, this means something about me fundamentally, especially those really heavy intrusive thoughts, because that's kind of what I went through in 2014. I went through like pure OCD um, tendencies, so really intense, like things that make you question your whole identity. And I think, yeah, the way that you instantly go, oh shit, like, because realistically, a feeling is kind of like energy, and then a thought becomes like a condensed version of that. And there's like branches of so many stories and thoughts to do with one of those feelings that it's been coded with, which is the way I interpret it. But knowing that there's a feeling underneath that your brain doesn't want you to feel. And so it kind of jumps into these like distractions and things like that. Being able to drop back into your body and feel into that can almost stop those thoughts from spiraling and bring it back to your heart center in a way which I'm still trying to figure that out because I've been in like I said to you, Jace, I've been in functional freeze a lot of life. So yeah, it's interesting like with the sauna and with yoga and all of those things, they're good ways to get you back into your body. And I need to do more of that, like more yin yoga for me.
Mm. So you said OCD and stuff.
Hmm.
Like, what is the process to work through that? It's just what you
Getting
said.
your nervous getting your nervous system to feel a sense of safety, I think, is the big thing, and also checking with your environment because depending on who you're surrounded with and how they make their how your nervous system is reading that, if you're not in safe relationships or safe friendships,
Mm.
your nervous system's kind of telling you in a way um, that something needs to change. Like you need to like we can't always change our environment, and we also need to not be like it's all them. But at the same time, it's like some friends can
Mm.
drain us and some friends can elevate us, and so you got to really pick your people. And I think for me, the OCD was there's so many lessons I've learned from it, and I don't have it anymore. It might like you might get an interest like every now and then, but um, that nearly took me out, like legit, nearly took me from this earth. Um, and it's the only time that I've really probably experienced that, and it gave me a lot of empathy for people that I had been around many people that had struggled with their mental health. Um, so in a way, it was a blessing, but I wouldn't tell anyone to jump to the blessing or the lesson when they're going through that. But just getting them safe, getting them to feel that they can have relief from the constant spirals, and because they just get stuck in here and they just dig themselves into quicksand, basically. So I would get them just resourcing, which is kind of what I'm learning at the moment. I'm doing a somatics course. So it's just about finding safety somewhere in your body, whether it be your knees or your feet, and just getting them feeling like that they can have some relief from that intensity for just a moment and just building that capacity. That's what I would say. Yeah.
Cool. I like
Yeah.
that. Sounds like a TED talk.
It does sound like a TED talk.
We often talk about, like, towards the end of the call, I started bringing in something called the stretch. What would be something that would stretch you for the next week? What is something that you know that you want to do, but you've kind of been putting off because it does scare you, but you ultimately know that it's going to lead to growth? What is the one thing that you're smiling right now? So there's something.
You already know, Jace. You already know. It's have a guess. You have a guess with everything we've been talking about. What's the one project that I've been putting off? You've seen me over the stories and stuff on Instagram and things. What's something that I've been on one lately? You're
What, the
like, where's
busking?
this going? No, the podcast. So yeah,
Oh.
for me, the biggest stretch for me is to get a name for my podcast, and like the biggest thing I'm finding is so I do baristing as a thing, right? So if you make a shit coffee for someone, they're not coming back to that coffee shop. Maybe the occasional person might give you another go. With a
Mm-hmm.
podcast, it can sometimes feel like if you don't debut with a really good podcast that gets people like invited in and intrigued, that they may never get you. But then there's also the duality of what's meant to find you will find you, and who's meant to come towards you will come towards you. So same with art, you've got to make a lot of shit art. You've said this with your YouTube videos, which I'm really like. Again, admire you and your path as well. That's why I love being a part of this. Mad respect that you have said that it's better to like fail forward and just be good at. You said in the last one of the last things, be good at being shit, and I've like stuck with me. I'm like, yep. So get out of your head, fucking create, and then eventually, like someone said to me last night, why don't you record podcasts? Like, because I'm sitting there going, who's my first guest? Just record a whole bunch of them, and then decide. Don't launch it yet, but then yeah. So I think that's what I got to do. I've got to try and have one podcast recording this week. Yeah.
Is that you're running that one solo? First one?
I'm wondering whether I do an intro or whether I just jump straight into just having a chat with someone. But I want to do it in person. I don't want to do like there's 5 million podcasts out there, and based on if you can get past the first 3 to 7 episodes, you've made past 50% of them. So for me, I'm like, okay, I want to not reinvent the wheel, but definitely do things differently, make things we inherently will. Like our energy brings a new flavor. Everyone's using the same tools, same mics, same whatever, but it's what you bring to it and the energy you bring to it that will fundamentally make it different. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have you on it one day for sure if you're keen. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And same with you, Kari, as well, because I know that you've got a little one that's just on pause at the moment. But I know you've got the
Yeah,
Sense podcast that you've
so
been
cool.
working around.
Yes. It's so cool that you're also doing that.
Yeah,
It's like a
definitely.
nice synchronicity.
It is for
Do
sure.
you have any words of wisdom, Kari, for
Joining.
Shannon?
Oh gosh, I think honestly, like and I know this is my biggest challenge as well, is just getting past the point of resistance. Like I
Mhm.
know that it's gonna flow. It's gonna flow because if it's something you're passionate about, it's going to flow and it's gonna be fulfilling. But it's just that first resistance of doing something unknown and stepping into the unknown territory. And that's something I'm
Mhm.
also working through. So let me know how you go with overcoming that first step, and then yeah, maybe I'll get inspired.
There might be a collab card. Who knows? Who knows?
Who
I saw there's a
knows?
I
Well,
get to
I
meet
am
with so many
auditioning
different
for co-hosts, so
nice.
but you
Nice.
live a
I
bit
love
far
that.
away.
Yeah, true, true, true. I'm sure we will collab. I'll bring you on if you feel comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
because
love to.
I'd like to have as many people, different perspectives, different belief
Yeah,
systems, all sorts. Yeah, I'd love to make it
amazing.
inclusive.
So exciting.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like it's going to get to a point now as well where like
Yes.
it's going to be a bit like Instagram where everyone also has a podcast,
Hmm.
um,
Mm, mhm.
which is cool because then everyone has a platform to just say whatever's on their mind, which is healthy. But
Well, it's kind of like YouTube as well. Like so many
yeah,
people have YouTube and create videos, and it doesn't mean that you shouldn't create just because everybody else is doing it. Like if you
Yeah, like the whole
feel
saturation
passionate
of
about
the.
something, you should just go for it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's something I was challenged with. I was like, oh, but everybody's already doing it, so why should I do it? But then I was like, yeah, but exactly. Like if everyone's doing it,
exactly.
then I should do it as well. Yeah.
But it's also about. I think it's about two things. One is I always say to people, like, you are the medicine for somebody. Like you and your lived experience
Mm,
is someone else that needs to hear your words. And the other aspect is no one else can share. Like you can share your truth, and that's important. Like we need to use our voice more and create
mm,
more in this world because, especially in the world that we're living in at the moment, we need more inspiring people. It's almost like a form of rebellion in a way. So
hmm.
let's do it.
Yeah.
mm,
Yeah,
yeah,
totally.
um, yeah. Even like hearing you say, "Oh, something you said in a YouTube video or in one of these sessions the other week landed with me, and it sticks in my head." Like that was never my intention for that to happen. But then as soon as someone says that, I'm like, "Ah, what I say,
Mm,
what I'm saying is actually landing with people." You don't feel it at all.
hmm.
Sometimes it can be the smallest thing that you say,
Mm,
and someone goes, "Every time
yeah.
I come up to like an obstacle, you just pop into my head with this little bit of information that you said, and it really like has stuck with me." Um, so I think that's fucking cool. So yeah, if you're hesitant about starting a pod or putting your voice out there, and you want to talk about mental health and personal battles and stuff, I feel like this is the way I see it anyway. There's a group of souls that are all on a very similar journey. And that group of souls exists to help one another. And then other pods of souls like are all going through this their own journeys as well. And they can all find each other and help each other move through
Mm,
certain process. Um, I believe there's like just pods of souls. That's how I see
Mm,
it. Um, and it's just a matter of like finding your pod and being able to provide uh, like a way back to ourselves
mhm,
through just whatever you're gifted at through your creative expression. Um,
definitely.
that's how I see
What do
it.
you, Kai, what were you gonna stretch on this week?
Yeah.
uh, I think my stretch this week is yeah, just create like what I was saying before, creating a little bit more space. Um, maybe prioritizing my yoga a little bit just so that I can kick things off and start that class that I want to do, because I really do, especially now that I'm working at the Hillary sauna and I can connect with people and people are getting to know me there. I do really want to start doing like a morning class, like a sunrise class at the sauna. And I don't know yet if I want to combine it with actually doing a sauna or if it will just be a yoga next to the sauna, and then obviously people can choose to book in or not. So I don't know if I want to do it as a dual experience, or it's just okay, sign up for the yoga and then optional you can just go to the sauna afterwards. I might start off with that and then see how popular it is, and I can always add on, like, you buy a ticket and sauna's included.
Okay.
Not sure, but I think I do want to get that going.
We can make that happen
So
for sure.
yeah,
What day do you
I'm
want
gonna
to
add
do it?
another class. Uh, that's another thing. I'm thinking maybe, well, yeah, it's gonna have to be early. I don't think people really want to get up like early on a Saturday morning. Maybe Friday morning? Do you think people would get up like sunrise on a Friday morning?
For sure.
Or even Thursday? Thursday morning, 6 a.m.
That works as
before
well.
work. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's like you said, a lot of people that go to the sauna kind of work from home anyways, or have their own little business. So I'm sure people could be flexible in that sense.
Yeah. Okay. So your stretch is creating a yoga event for the sauna.
Yeah, so I don't want it to be an event actually. I want it to be like a regular class, like either every
Ah,
fortnight or every week. But my stretch is going to be actually making the flyer, because that's the part that I like, having to be on your laptop and making the poster and stuff. I'm like, oh, bit of resistance there. But actually making the poster and then printing it out and advertising and putting it up at the sauna, that's going to be my thing. Making an event on Humanitics or whatever.
yeah. Beautiful. I've written that down. Making a flyer. So Kari for this week, making the flyer and advertising at the sauna. Shannon getting a wriggle on with this podcast
Yeah.
and having a look at like where you can do it. Have you looked up certain editing software and where
Yeah,
to
so
publish
the
them?
guy, yeah, so the guy that I did the podcast with, he's written down all of the stuff that he's used. So he's like definitely invested in Riverside,
Perfect.
um, like CapCut if you're doing short form stuff for socials. And then he told me about some gear that he's bought, different audio interfaces and things like that. I think the biggest thing is to get some DJI mics. I want to get the little wireless ones that you can put on your drum. But yeah, so I mean, I'll probably just, like everything, just use what you've got at the moment. It doesn't have to be perfect because that's the thing, that's the barrier that thing. So I'll probably just use my phone, which is good that these iPhones now have such good cameras and audio anyway. Even voice notes have such like voice memos. I record a lot of my songs and stuff like that just on the iPhone, and it like actual
Mm.
mint, like so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to ask Jace, what's your little stretch for this week?
Did you come in? Yeah, we were talking about the Dreamwork stuff. Yeah, getting that collab set up with Tobias because I've wanted him to come into this community and teach us Dreamwork and how to interpret our dreams. We caught up 2 days ago and actually spoke about how that would look and what he needs from me and what I need from him, because I've been badgering him for so long to come in and do this. And finally he was like, let's do it. So yeah, that'll be cool to start looking at setting up. So hopefully for next week, we'll have a rough outline of how that looks. And I think that'll be either fortnightly or weekly calls, interpreting our dreams, which is going to be awesome because it's such an untapped part of like spiritual growth that a lot of people just kind of push it to the side. I'm like, there's so much valuable information here for you, and you're just ignoring it, huh? Because once you start going, oh, I had this dream last night, and even just like voicing it out to someone who will sit there and listen, you start to unpack it and you start to see, oh, this is what it means. So just space to be able to unravel our dreams is going to be epic.
It's gonna be so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
I'm excited.
Beautiful. All right, team. Good chat.
Amazing. Yes.
I look forward to seeing you all next week with your stretches ticked off.
Yes, I'm excited.
All right, team.
Thank you so much, Jason. Nice to
Thanks,
meet you,
Jason.
Shannon.
Nice to meet you
No
too,
worries.
Gary. And thanks so much, guys, for having me in the space.
No worries.
Thanks for having me.
See you
Bye.
guys.
Good weekend. Bye.